I'm feeling it. Woo! I'm just feeling violent. All right, welcome back. Izzo Wing Chun out here in the Chicago area. I'm Dominick Izzo, and let's get violent. All right, so it's 2009. I think it was Christmas is when Sherlock Holmes came out. And I'm in the theater way before then. I hadn't seen a preview for it. And I'm in the theater and I'm watching the preview. I'm like, oh, that's Robert Downey Jr. Looks kind of cool. And then I see the vertical punch come out and I was like, what the hell? Kind of did some research, found out Robert Downey Jr. does Wing Chun. This is insane. It was like, this is going to be the biggest thing for Wing Chun in years. And finally it's going to get its validation. Yeah, he trains under a lineage that I'm really not. Eric Orm and traditional Wing Chun, which you can't say without being like copyright infringement sued by Grandmaster William Chung, but whatever. It's not my lineage. I don't care for it. I think it's the worst Wing Chun lineage that there is out there if you're ever choosing to do it. But it still represents Wing Chun. It puts people on the path for doing it. And I'm like, okay, great. This is going to be so awesome. It did nothing for Wing Chun. Nothing. Myself and God, I know damn well myself, Sifu Syed and Sifu Ryan Parmalee, we all wrote a card congratulating Sifu Eric Orem of his success and sent it to him. And we didn't hear anything back, but it is what it is. Fast forward a little bit later, and the Ip Man movie comes out. And we're like, this is it! This is it! Oh my God! And we're looking at the previews like everybody else did. This is going to put Wing Chun on the map. And all it did was create a bunch of people go, hey, what's that IP Man movie? Okay, this is great. The Ip Man movies did shit all for Wing Chun. So, but we're going to look at the fights, right? I admittingly watched the first two, never watched another one afterwards. I don't care for them. I think they're actually, no. Before I make this statement, I think that the Ip Man movies are the worst representations for people who want to come into Wing Chun. However, I think if you want to get like a martial, or if you want to be a martial artist, focusing more on the art, and you want to get the choreography and the fitness and the structure and the beauty of visual Wing Chun, then these movies were your jam, dude. These are your jam. If you want to be a fighter or somebody who knows self-defense, these are the worst movies on the planet. If you want to be a stunt coordinator or a fight choreographer, these are the movies you need to watch. So we're going to break down what my views are in the the Wing Chun movie, the fights, and we're going to watch them in their somewhat chronological order. I'm picking the big fights from the 1, 2, and 3, and we're just going to watch them together. So this is, I guess, when Ip Man is first approached by people in his home, and let's watch these together.
Wing Chun, Ip Man.
Yeah.
我真想看看。
So these are based off of, I guess, the infamous challenge matches that happened in Hong Kong during the time. And I don't know, and I don't care what the legend of Wing Chun is as far as if it was invented by a woman, if it's meant to have larger people be overcome by smaller people. I'm looking at the accuracy for if you're somebody who is deciding to take a martial art class and you've never trained in anything before, is Wing Chun right for you based solely on you coming across these movies? Because most of us who are my age, we didn't have MMA when I was a kid to kind of put me down that path of, I want to go and be a kickboxer, this and that. We had boxing, which was on pay-per-view. You know, Mike Tyson, HBO, over in round 1. So, okay, whatever. We had movies. Most of you who are my age clearly grew up on Bruce Lee films. I didn't. I grew up on the Rocky franchise, and I grew up on all the B title films, American Ninja, Jeff Speakman films. Anything with Cynthia Rothrock in it. I mean, let's not mince words. I watched her because she was fucking hot. Any of those, Van Damme was great, but I'm talking about the B films that went straight to straight to VHS at the time. And you watched it. Billy Blanks had a couple of good ones. And I mean, there were some great films out there, B titles that featured martial arts. And we're like, yeah, best of the best, for the love of God. Those are the films that set us on our path. But self-defense wise, no. That's why I was always a wrestler stuck with wrestling. So it is. Let's watch this. All right. All right, why do I hate this? I hate every ounce of this. Every single kung fu drop of what is this? I hate everything I just saw in that opening salvo and exchange, and I'll tell you why. It's because none of it is Wing Chun. By its core, Wing Chun is an attacking martial art. The concept is by attacking, you are defending. A lot of us, when we do the demo for years, will show exclusively the Tan punch. When somebody comes in, we'll go, hey, throw a hook punch here. We'll lead you. Hey, throw a hook punch here. And then we'll, boom, Tan da. Attack and defense. And then we'll show, like in karate, they will attack first, then defend. And it's not. And it took a long time for me to understand this as well, too. You simplify it even more because everything in Wing Chun is a daily decrease. Get to the simplest form of what the martial art is. By attacking, you are defending. Somebody comes in, boom, you punch, right? You strike, if you will. And in Wing Chun, we always want to go forward as aggressively as possible. What I hate about this in the beginning is this entire opening exchange. If you watch it, again, it's for movie, right? Boom, no move back or moving back. Moving back, moving back, moving back, moving back, moving back, moving back. Everything in this completely negates what the concept of Wing Chun is. From the very beginning, if Man was serious about this, he would be stepping in with every attack, changing it. There's no movement. No movement, except for to go backwards. There's no turning, no shifting. It's just basic. It's just whatever. Oh, well, pay. Because he broke his vase, man. Don't do that. You got to pay for that. I'll pay. There you go. Comes in. Let's see now. Let's see off this attack. Is he going to get all pissed off? He's going to end the fight by going in. Do we have any forward motion on this? When the bridge is... No. See, this is all defense work. And to be honest, none of this exists in Wing Chun. And this is what gives it a bad name. And what I hated about Wing Chun was that you're not going to defend any of these movements. There's no real long bridge movements in martial arts anymore. That stuff was all shown to be battlefield. I think that's Ip Chun right there. Yeah, Ip Chun. And he's not a little brat. He's 101 years old, man. The guy's still alive. But nobody holds a shot out there like a punch or a jab. It's just never out there. That was probably the only time he actually used his body mechanics and body weight into going into a strike. Okay, by now now he's going to show him real Wing Chun, right? No, just a bunch of flashy hand movements. No. Oh, there's the circle stepping. Yay, circle step backwards. Oh, there's the dummy. There's the fanda. Crescent kick in Wing Chun? Well, I guess if you use it, it'll work. When first time I saw this, I was like, this is cool. But it's all display Wing Chun. None of it is real. There has to be some real Wing Chun in this fight, right? Oh yeah, there's the swat. That just, nah, dude. That violated center line. Watch him just poxow out to the side here. Where is that in Wing Chun? That's a swoop. You violate center line on that one, and you're Ip Man. You're Grandmaster Ip Man. Oh, zoom. Well, this is cool. This is cool. We got a little bit of... Now, all the guys I know who would do Kali or swordplay would be like, just, bro, you can't represent Wing Chun like this because you would be just gutted like a fish if this is the case. Oh, yeah, there's a feather duster against a sword. This comic relief at this point. It's just showing that Ip Wing Chun is so superior, it's just going to embarrass everybody in what this is. And I just couldn't stand this. This is not Wing Chun. None of this is. I hate these things. But, I have to evaluate it properly. Okay, that might be the closest point of Wing Chun in its accurate representation. By attacking, you are defending. Right? In a conceptual base, this is the only movement in this opening exchange that is accurate Wing Chun. By attacking, you are defending. He broke structure. He's lunging forward, head is not over hips over feet. But again, it's the principles. And for those who are wondering with Wing Chun, one of the most brilliant thing is the principles itself are the most important. What I mean by that, look at all of Ip Man's top students. His own two sons, Ip Ching, Ip Chun. William Chung, Liang Ting, Wang Sheng Liang, we'll say Bruce Lee in there, and everybody else, right, who trained under him. Why does no one look alike? None of them. Everyone's footwork is different. Even the brothers, Ip Ching and Ip Chun, if you ever watch their footwork, different. You ever watch them chi sao? You could see Ip Ching puts so much more body into his chi sao. He is more in tune. Ip Chun shorter. He's got a lot more core activation, but his footwork is really angling changing. You got the 50-50 stance and weight distribution by Wang Sheng Liang versus Long Ting, 70-30. You've got the ridiculous, I don't care for it. I think the biggest embarrassment and the worst representation of Wing Chun is the traditional Wing Chun, the William Chung lineage. It's garbage. But why does everybody look differently? Because the core principles have to remain the same, and it's a principle-based martial art and context-based martial art. So at least he got one thing done there correctly. Let's look at now the famous, the infamous, if you will. I want to fight 10 guys in Wing Chun, or for those who watch this with his little squeak too. Doesn't he remind you of the guy in the leather jacket from Raiders of the Lost Ark who burned the medallion into the palm of his hand? It reminds me of him. Let's watch Ip Man take on 10 Japanese warriors here. Yeah. Now, should you ever test your Wing Chun in this? Don't. Do we do stuff like this? Yeah, and it's kind of like, I can't remember what it's called in Aikido, where you're on your knees and you have like 3 or 4 or 5 attackers coming at you, and you have to actually make the techniques work. We do. I think we call this live offense drill in Wing Chun, where you have multiple attackers coming in. That's what it is. But it's a drill. All right, let's see what I hate about this. Yeah. All right, we got to get this going. Who's going to kick it off first? He's going emotional. Getting it dug up, getting his mind right. Here we go. Get violent, dudes. Let's do this. He's coming. All right, boom. Let's go on. All right. Okay. Let's back up. Ooh, let's do this one here. Okay. Well, believe it or not, I like a lot of that, and I'll tell you why. Let's watch again. Boom. This is Wing Chun. If you look at the very first movement, guy does a flying back spinning kick, and Ip Man goes into it. He attacks the attack. He doesn't back up. Watch, this is actually awesome. He goes into the kick. Coming running in, and boom, he goes into it, meets the kick. That's Wing Chun. That's a principle Wing Chun. You're going to dissipate the incoming energy, and you're going to attack it. Boom, goes down. I step on the face? Absolutely. Every step is a kick in Wing Chun, and every kick is a step. So you're going to make use of it. If you come down, you make this normally would be a knee or an ankle, but if he wants to step on somebody's face in this circumstance, awesome. Do it. I like that. That is also Wing Chun. And instead of staying still, he steps forward and meets the next attacker. He goes right into the next attacker, goes into the next one, kind of stands back in. Okay, boom. That's where he starts to hold his ground a little bit. He's not moving. He should be, in my opinion, which would be exhausting. Continuing to go into somebody. Boom, boom, boom. I love this part. Yes, that's Wing Chun. Fold that fucker in half. I like this. Okay. I like that. Fold it. Yeah, boom. This is where it starts to get movie-esque again. He's staying static. There's the dummy form, the kick in the... he's staying static in one place and letting the attackers come in with their mass and their force, and he's just deflecting. He's not moving. He's not moving into them. He should be meeting force on force. I just don't care for this. Yeah, that was okay because I like that. That's violent. This is ridiculous because he's standing in the same spot without like moving in to dissipate energy. You got 4 guys coming in. You're going to want to take one and get him off their structure. Boom. Moving in, I'd be stepping on him at this point. The chain punch, I think it's ridiculous. It really isn't meant what it's supposed to be there for. It's not a battering ram to stop somebody's heart as you're punching him 100 times in the chest. It's garbage. But again, he did okay in the first 4 or 5 exchanges. Was okay. Boom. There's the goat clamping stance. Yiji Kim Young Ma. I think clearly it can be used for that, but it's not what it was designed for. Oh, yeah, no. Another awesome, flashy, very good for cinema, very enjoyable exchange that, again, sold tickets and sold some interest, but really did not sell Wing Chun at all. So that's 5 out of 10 on that one because we'll say Ip Man was tired. Goes in for the first one. After the first 15 seconds, like, dude, I'm winded. I don't got to fight the other 7 of you. Takes out 3 guys and breaks the one's arm. It was awesome. Then a hit, then it takes his leg full. Awesome. And then all of a sudden, I'm tired. I'm going to stand here in place. So I didn't like those because they don't represent Wing Chun in its forward nature, especially if we go back to what I talked about, which is, remember, Wing Chun is all about smaller people supposedly being able to overtake a larger person. Can't do that unless you're within that inside gate eating space and destroying their balance and whatnot. So another F on that one. All right, we're going to let Ip Man 2, and we're going to jump forward to Sammo Hung, who, I mean, martial arts legend. Come on, dude. If it wasn't for him, would any of us really know Wing Chun in the cinematic sense? Probably not. I didn't appreciate him till my much later years. But, he's just a legend and a half. So Ip Man, go ahead, and he's trying to make nice with all the other teachers, and he kicks 2 of the other teachers' ass, and Sammo Hung says, screw it, I'll do it. And he, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Kung Fu goes up on the table, and the fight is on. Where's the Wing Chun? Now, I don't know what it's called. I may be mispronouncing this severely. We called it a Mui Fa Chao. I could be completely wrong. And it is the size of that table you just saw. And we had stumps that were out of it, raised up about 1.5 feet high. And there were maybe 5 or 7 stumps. And you're supposed to be on there doing your movements. If you've ever seen Batman Begins, he's on those long poles, those stumps, and and they're attacking him. Same concept. You're supposed to keep your balance, all this. So, all right, how do you chi sao when you don't have footing, when you're supposed to be taking pressure, when you can't really turn, and you've got your foot on stumps? This is supposed to teach you the concept of taking in pressure in a very tight space. So they're doing it on a table. Okay, I want to go back to that opening exchange. Was there Wing Chun in this? We'll see. No Wing Chun in it. It was a cinematic exchange of boom. No, it's all, again, Donnie Yen or Ip Man just standing in one spot and not attacking. He's defending. That's not Wing Chun. It's just a cinematography. Good, entertaining, but again, for those of us who do study the art, who love the art, who share the art, and want to continue to perpetuate the beauty of the art and the effectiveness of it, it's a load of horse shit. It really is. So let's see if there's more Wing Chun here. I wouldn't want to fight Sammo Hung. I really don't think I would. I think the guy is a genuine badass. Yeah, he's not going to. Yeah, the Mun Sao Wu Sao. All right, so he kind of has to stay in one spot because they're going to lose balance. And it's whoever falls off the table loses too. There was no Wing Chun there because it was just an exchange of, I'm going to take your energy and deflect it. Oh, he changed up with a punch now. Yeah. No, these are all shapes, Wing Chun shapes. But every martial art has these shapes. So It's that's close. No, let's go back. That's close. You can see he kind of goes in and there was a tad bit of cheese out there. You could see that he actually goes to go in with the movement. This is kind of cool. Watch. Oh, okay, watch this. Close, no, close, no. There you go. There you go. He's going forward a little bit. Those were two exchanges where he actually found the hole and attacked in the hole, forwarding energy. I liked it. I was like, that's not bad. Boom. I outweigh you. Yes. Let's do this. This got to be Hong Kong production, and I like this. This is just kind of cool. It's not Wing Chun. It's just not Wing Chun. It is the wire work, Crouching Tiger, and Hidden Dragon. It's the beauty of martial arts cinema, but it's not Wing Chun. And then this is the only thing too that'll represent the concept of attacking while defending is the chain punch. Or we would do this in a Pak Da drill, but you see Donnie Yen playing Ip Man actually goes forward the entire time attacking. That's the only time by attacking you are defending. And it was like, okay, wow, great, fantastic. But again, it was garbage. Yay. All right, cool. It's a draw, and they both become friends. Wonderful. Again, another failure for Ip Man franchise. Explaining or representing what Wing Chun was about. Now we got to get to the twister, right? Because Ip Man's going to go into a boxing match because clearly Wing Chun beats boxing. But let's take a look at how he does against the boxer. Yeah. Let's see. What we got? Yeah, he kicked your ass. Yeah. How's he going to wind up doing this one? This was a very good, well-entertained, emotional kind of fight at this point. Because like a little bit of Rocky IV, Sammo Hung, I think he does. Well, I'm not going to give it away. He does. He's going to get retribution for Sammo Hung. And this was the only one that I liked in Wing Chun where, okay, this showed some realism because finally, unlike, no disrespect, 5'5", 135-pound Asian man versus 5'5", 130-pound Asian man, we actually looked at how does Wing Chun deal with a larger, more forceful energy coming in. So they put this brute of a guy in this guy passed away in real life, I guess. But watch what happens when he takes the punch. It's like he comes in for a punch. Where are we at here? Well, there's the 50-50 stance. Boom. You see he gets knocked back. Okay, all of a sudden, wait a second. You really think your Wing Chun's going to do a number on me because I'm bigger, stronger, faster? And it shows the reality of what happens to energy when you put energy into something, and then energy kicks your ass and sends it right back. It's like, ooh, damn. And it happens again. He gets knocked back from a punch because standing there, static, throwing up shapes to block something is not going to work. And then again, beautiful. That is probably one of the best things is because even if you put it, well, how do you stop a hook punch in Wing Chun? And even I've got a video. I think it's got 500,000 views. How to stop a hook punch in Wing Chun, and it's by going in. But if you stay there and throw up a Wu Sao to block it, look what happens. Here it comes. Look at that's a Wu Sao. He just ate a hook punch because the Wing Chun Wu Sao doesn't work, right? Unless it's backed up by principles. And what I mean by that is it's always the fighter, right? So what if I'm the same size as Twister here? And you also have to understand the concept of meeting force on force. So to kick, to punch, to knock somebody back, you have to amplify the force of what you're putting into somebody. We show that in examples of, like if I'm going to do a turning punch or the punch is coming over, well, just throwing up a block here to take in a hook punch, I'm going to eat it based on structure. We turn and face our center line into it to reinforce it because your anatomy changes, and then the punch meets you, right? You throw a hook punch to my head, I'm not going to do this because I'm going to take it, it's going to fold me, I'm going to get hit. So Wing Chun teaches me to turn into the punch, we call it attack the attack, and punch at the same time, attacking you. This is going to negate it. However, The problem still is addressed. Yeah, but you didn't move forward. You turned into an attack. The bigger threat is the man coming at you, so that's why we step. So if we step, turn, and at the same time, attack, it's going to mitigate the force coming at us even greater than. So when I first saw this, I was like, thank you. You're actually showing Wing Chun trying to handle a realistic, stronger energy that just isn't really real. And they were faithful to the reality of what happens. And I just very respected this. Yeah, I like that. I like that concept. See, there's a grappling aspect of it. Boom. When you're in this position, okay, once you make that strike, and it's kind of a Quan Sao with a Wu Sao in it, you can. There is nothing that says now you're inside of this. This is grappling space. When you're in here, why do you want to continue to strike? Other than why can't you go to the back of the neck, pin and press your elbow right into his face and try to like burst it open like a watermelon, right? This shows the true, like, oh man, Wing Chun does live in grappling space. You can make it work. Snake and a crane, more biting snake that then constricts on its prey. Yep, gets clocked there. Boom. So again, I just talked about this in a live I did the other day, talking about, and by the way, we're live on Saturdays now. We're going to go 3 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays. Join us live. The lop sao doesn't work. You know, oh, okay, here he's going to get a lop. Boom. Okay, there's the wrist. He's pulling it that way. When you go to try to pull bigger, stronger, faster energy, thinking that, well, I'm going to put my whole body weight into it, it's a fight. It happens too fast, too quickly, too dynamic. You can't pull. He goes in for a lop. Can't get it. Stronger energy. So you have to really put your skills to test in live energy if you want to see if your Wing Chun is bullshit or not. It's this again, entertainment. Kind of cool. See, that's what I like. That's grappling right there. Coming in. That's grappling. They finally put in Wing Chun conceptual grappling. I wish he would take the fox sao up to the throat, but he didn't. That would have ended it. Lop sao at the back of the head. Oh, there you go, dude. Call your pants down. And that would have been nice, but we didn't see that. Okay, let's see. Jump forward a little bit. Go back to it. Coming at it again. I don't like the angles. Oh, over the fist. Yeah. Yeah. No, none of this is Wing Chun. That's all. Because if it was Wing Chun, none of that would be standing all in the same space. It's just not. Oh, no kicking. We heard about that. You can't kick. Yep. No kicking. Now you got to cheat. Ip Man's got to cheat. See, like this. Okay, but you should have gone in. Should have gone in. Should have continued in. A little bit of while you're in the neighborhood. You go ahead and you hit that nerve, get back up, and start collaborating with an elbow. Jump forward. Round 2. That was only round 1. Damn. Again, none of this is moving forward in Wing Chun. He's establishing contact, and the entire. How do you do that? How do you do chain punches and then stand in the same spot? That's not the point. He's not moving. That was changing angles. Finally, after you realize, oh, maybe Ip Man is learning at this time. It's like, maybe I have to modify my Wing Chun and kind of do differently what my teacher told me. Finds a space. No kicking again. You cheat. No cheating. Okay, there we go. A little bit of grappling. Yeah, now we got there's some concepts in there. Come on, man. That's not Wing Chun fair fighting, which is not supposed to be. Yeah. Oh, dang. He gets knocked out. And yeah. Kicking is... Oh, yeah, one more kick and he's the winner. Okay. Again, all this is he's backing up now. See, now you got to take away your kick, man. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Your longest weapon. You're going to get your shit eaten up. He's eating your lunch. So Ip Man goes down, but how can he clearly win this? Okay. Let's see what he does. Does he pull out some real, is like, now I'm going to do Wing Chun. Now I'm going to smother and eat this guy's lunch. Is he going to do it? No, he's not. It's entertaining. I just don't care for it. This is a concept he does. He's going for the biceps, which the bicep nerves, which are great, but at the same time, too, you're relying on being able to get so fast and indoors. You're not going to get a lot of punchers. Don't throw the big wild haymakers. I like that. That's while you're in the neighborhood. Boom. There you go. That's finally some type of while I'm in the neighborhood Wing Chun, right? You're going to wind up throwing an elbow, then fox outs coming in, some chops, but he wasn't closing the distance even more. Now this right there, this is probably the only application that is true for the straight blast or the chain punch, if you will. This is exactly what it's meant to be used for. It's not to be any type of destruction. It's meant to distract somebody to go to your next movement. Distract, and then, meant to frustrate them and go to your next movement. So that was beautiful. That was an actually beautiful example of what chain punch does. Yeah, okay. Yeah, why not? He's using the techniques. We do that as well too. A little bit of while you're in the air, but we use the pisiform bone. We don't use a tiger claw, if you will. And he's going to go back into the whole chain punching, Yiji Kim Young Ma beating up Twister and all that. And if you want to see how that ends up, you see how that ends up. Again, not the best representation, and it's just not Wing Chun. Again, it was all entertaining at the time. I watched those two, and I was like, this is awesome. And for knowing what I was looking at, it was really entertaining. Yeah, he's attacking the biceps because you hit somebody you take that boom, that woos out of the bicep. Oh, damn, it's awesome. But realistically speaking, how often the big wide haymakers, they come out of ambush, and there's no defense against a well-planned ambush. You're going to be sitting there, and ambush by its very definition, you're not ready for it. So if you take away that and you are ready for it, they're going to be guys who are tight with their strikes. You can't. It's like you're trying to cut the smallest piece of pie into another sliver, and it's like, dude, you can't get in that close. So entertainment purposes only, it's great. If you ever found a way and you got like somebody's wrist, yeah, man, come over the top, hit that bicep. Oh, ouch. Do it. All right. Then when we all heard Mike Tyson came on the scene. Yeah, dude. Mike Tyson versus Ip Man. I got to be careful. I don't want to get dinged for copyright infringement or whatnot. Let's jump ahead to Mike Tyson and Ip Man going at it because it's the closest thing to Bruce Lee. How you going to do that peekaboo style, man? How you going to deal with it? Yeah. Tell you what, to be honest, in real life, you're not going to. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's not. This is pure fantasy foo, and it's funny. And, I mean, God bless Mike Tyson, who is probably one of my favorite human beings on the planet. Like I've said it a million times, if there's any one person that I could ever sit with and just listen to talk and impart wisdom, is Tyson. The guy is the most authentic human being on the planet. But, I mean, thanks for participating in a Wing Chun film, Mike. It's great, but no, you would destroy most everyone. And it's simply because not only for your technique, durability. So you have to look at the fighter. The fighter. Do you think if Bond had a hard time with Twister, do you think that he's going to have a real easy time with an absolute wrecking machine like Tyson? He's just not going to do it. Yeah, Yeah, this is where the mystical Kung Fu fantasy comes out. Yeah. Okay, that's something that blows me away. This is the it's first form, second section, and it's the first form. For those who don't know, it's 108 movements. You're learning independence of your center line. One side works while the other side is working in a different way. You're learning all this stuff. But the first section of the first form is about building and drawing in energy from the earth. And really, I'm not going to lie, I tell this story many times. Danny Halligan, my first Sifu, said, you know, if you're very quiet, you do the first form, you can feel energy drawing up for the earth. And I went, he's so full of shit. He's just a good fighter. What's he talking about? And then like by year 2, I'm doing the form and I'm like, oh my God, you can feel energy being drawn up, stored in your center of gravity, your Dantian. And then the second section of the first form, we start with the chambered hands and you're down the body, comes up the small of the back, and then down like Ipman does here, then up in the front, double Lansao out. That's getting the power out. You're getting that power. You're learning explosive energy from the energy you stored. I don't know what he's doing here. No idea what he's doing here. It's okay, but let's continue. It serves no purpose at all. Yes. What are we going to do here? I've truly never seen this. I didn't even watch this one because I'm like, I can't. I have no idea what. Oh, that's impressive as hell. A one-leg squat like that. That's insane. I can't do that. I don't have that flexible. I could squat 405 pounds for 2 reps, but I can't do this. It's nuts. I'm on the road to 500 before I'm 60. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, there is some. Now, that was an exchange of the concept of Wing Chun because he's going in. He can't win. He's got to go in. Advancing. He's advancing. He's advancing. Look, he's trying to swallow energy as he's going in. That's the best Wing Chun principle that he could have done. And you see, oh, this guy's a beast. That's not going to happen. Okay, you want to throw a flurry of stuff because if Tyson's all up on you, that's the only thing you basically have is a distraction like that. But that was a good exchange of concept. It's going in and forwarding that attack, forwarding it. All right, come on, Mike. No. Yeah, that's really not going to happen, but it'd be cool if it... I mean, elbows, that's a risk you run in boxing, but not like that. Yeah, little Bill G elbow action. Yeah, that's why, sucker. This has to result in another draw. Oh, yeah. Why did you pull the punch? All right, he lasted for 3 minutes. And Tyson decides to be the gentleman, and there you go. Guys, the movies they're great. I mean, to a degree. They're entertaining if you take them for what they are. And, you can enjoy them and be like, yay, it's great to see our art represented. But keep in mind, there's an asterisk there. It's good to see our art represented poorly. I don't care for these movies. I think if I'm going to watch a martial arts movie, and honestly, there's only the first one. If anybody ever says, can I describe the mentality of Wing Chun, I won't put these movies out because these movies are purely defensive. We looked at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenes, and all of them were defense, and none of that as its core is what Wing Chun is. It's an aggressive, brutal, attacking martial art. And the only thing I've ever seen come close to that is Raid Redemption. Yeah, I mean, that level of violence. Story was Syed's birthday, I think 2013. Yeah, somewhere around 2012, 2013, we were in the city of Chicago. We're getting ready to go out for his birthday. And we all watched Raid Redemption first. I'm like, that's all you need. You have 10 martial artists who all do Wing Chun watching the Raid, and then we're going to go out into Chicago nightclubs. Thank God nothing happened that night. But we were all like, I wish a motherfucker would. But thank God nobody ever did. Yeah, that's it. That's the mentality. It's a great movie. If you've never seen The Raid, make sure you watch it. It's fantastic. The Raid 2 is really good too. I like those. But these movies, as far as for Wing Chun goes, were not an accurate representation of what the art is. They're actually more harmful than good. But if you want to learn how to pose and how to do pictures and seminars and then this movie is fantastic for you. It truly is. So you can enjoy the Ip Man series on there. I mean, thanks to Donnie Yen for at least spreading awareness, but thanks to all of you out there who are aware that this is not real Wing Chun. It is what it is. All right. I'll see you Saturday live, 2 p.m. Central, 3 Eastern. That means 1 Mountain and noon Pacific. Yeah, we're going to be live, and we're going to be going over some martial arts content there. You guys have a great damn day. Be dangerous, stay violent, and I'll see you on the next video.